What's up, guys? I'm back with another video for you today. I haven't done daily tea in a minute. I'm sorry for the darkness. My light canceling curtains are up and we just had daylight savings, which has actually been a benefit for me this year. I'm not as tired and I'm also awake more earlier. So I'm getting stuff done, including this video. I'm going to be posting a couple. I'm really just restricted to weekend uploads because I'm winding down on class, and plus I'm starting my new job. Oh yeah, I got the job, y'all. I'm working at Victoria's Secret now, which I'm very excited. I'm putting my 2 weeks notice at 6 o'clock tomorrow, so yeah, we got that going on. What else? It's just been a hell of a week. You know, fall only lasted like 2 weeks. It's been straight winter the last 2 weeks, and on top of that, school-wise, it's a whole thing going on with the departments. Basically, the annual budget for my campus happened to where a whole bunch of stuff got cut. I know the psych department got cut, as well as the athletics department. They cut half the scholarships for football and basketball, which is totally messed up. There was a silent protest yesterday. I couldn't go because I was literally across campus and workshopped. But yeah, it's just sad because, you know, I like the psych department and psych is my minor. And they let a good amount of teachers go because, you know, it was non-tenured, it's the budget, and basically enrollment's been down and people living off campus. It's just the transfer rates is just up. And I'm just like, well, y'all raise tuition every year to crazy amounts. And, you know, people move off campus. I mean, honestly, I saved literally $3,800 just from like living on my apartment. Like, cause usually when I lived in a university suites before I got my apartment, it was like $3,200. It was $3,200 per semester. That's basically $6,400 that could have gone to my apartment, and I could have saved a couple $100. So there's that going on. Hopefully they'll figure something out. If not, then it's just, they're just doing too many upgrades, you know? And, you know, my school, I know schools have to upgrade stuff, but like upgrading like the bio building, that's a necessity. Adding a new health center, you know, partially on the necessity. Adding on, you know, light up signs and doing a whole event thing on campus every year with bonfire. It really isn't necessary, especially when not a lot of people show up. It's just you keep upgrading the gym equipment every semester when we really don't need the upgrade. I mean, I go to the gym next door to my apartment. Like, what? You gotta figure out where the money's going. But anyway, that's my little life update right now. I started Victoria's Secret on the 18th, so I'm excited. So, yeah, I'm gonna start with the heavy stuff first before we get into the good stuff. A lot of stuff's happened since the last time I was here. So, condolences to the family of John Witherspoon, aka Pops. He passed away last week, and from health problems. We didn't know he was sick. And, you know, if you don't know Pops from the Friday movies, in my generation, we remember him from the Boondocks. So, yeah, and he had a bunch of cameos in all these other movies, which, you know, my childhood. So, rest in peace to him. Also, condolences to the family in Mexico. There was an ambush in a Mormon community. There's this family, basically 3 women and 6 kids, including 5 other children. They were on the way to a wedding when their car was ambushed. It was basically mistaken identity because in the area there are cartel leaders basically at war, and one of them thought it was the other. And basically 3 of the mothers died, 6 of the children died, including 2 7-month-old babies, which is so sad. And then the oldest boy, I don't know which one was his mother. I think it was the blonde that was his mom. He protected 5 of his siblings and walked 14 miles to get help. His sister went 10 miles to get help because she thought her brother got lost. They're 13 and 9, and it's just insane. And he hid them in the bushes. The mom, she had a 8-month-old baby. She put her in between the seats on the lower part, kind of like when you have a van, you basically have that lower space in between, like in the back. She put her in there to protect her baby, and she saved her, because if she had been in any other part, the boy would have gone straight for her car seat and into her body. And it's just heartbreaking, because it was all women and children. Like, honestly, it's just sad. And plus, the cartel, we all know about the cartel. I mean, not from, like, whatever everyone else says at these rallies, but overall from what we learned in school and just overall with the law, especially in Mexico. A lot of them run the government, and, you know, basically they have intel with the police and just the lack of justice there. But I think the Secretary of State of Mexico said that they will get justice, so I hope they get justice on that as well. We had another eating while black incident, this time at Buffalo Wild Wings in Arizona. A family of, like, a party of 18. Basically, this black family who was there for one of the family members' birthday, a little kid. Majority of the people that were in the party were children. And basically, one of the waitstaff told them to move because their white customer at the bar was not comfortable with them sitting there. I'm not surprised with this stuff anymore, but honestly, I really am just like, why people act like this? Why can't you treat people with humane sense? And then the kids, they're upset about it. Like, I saw the press conference. Literally, the family's not seeking any money. It's not going to fix how the kids feel. And, you know, they're traumatized, basically. They're learning about race, basically overall racism at a very young age. And, you know, I didn't get introduced to it until, like, probably 8th grade or freshman year of high school. And they're, like, 8 or 9. So the parents have to have this conversation with them. And it just really sucks. And they said they fired the staff that was involved in it. And they said the regular is banned from Buffalo Wild Wings, but really it's not going to do anything. I'm sure someone's going to probably find, like, a name of this person. So, yeah. Sooner enough. Okay. All right. Enough of the heavy stuff. Let's go ahead and get into some lightheartedness for this Friday. Patti LaBelle. So Patti LaBelle has a movie that she's gonna do over everyone who have basically said something about her in Hollywood, and she's going to be naming names. She's not going to sugarcoat it. I'm checking the time, guys, and I'm just like, Patti LaBelle, I love you. I want Patti LaBelle's energy when I grow up, because, whoo, baby, that is going to be a good story. I can see it going probably to, like, BET or TV One, because that is I can see even a mini-series, maybe, I don't know. Maybe a documentary style, like unsung or uncensored. But yeah, moving on. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 12, premiered last week. I don't know if I'm going to review it. I'm going to do the first 2 episodes, and then I'm going to see how the numbers do on that, and if it goes really well, then I'm going to review the rest of the season. It started off good. It was pretty much the baby episode. Everyone's either got new babies or they're having a baby, and, you know, it's just like, okay, cool. We kind of see, like, okay, Kenya and Eva, they're going to go through some stuff later in the season. That foreshadowed that. Porsha went going through it, y'all. She got a newborn baby, and her fiance allegedly cheated. And listen, Tasha K was all over that episode. Like, honestly, I'm not a hater, and I don't hate someone's hustle. And I used to subscribe to Tasha K before she became like the media takeout for YouTube when it comes to these stories. I remember that whole vendetta she had through Cardi B, and then the beef with Lovey T that happened. Apparently, daytime, tea time, there was stuff with that too. And now, you know, Portia's the next victim, and basically, man, but yeah, she was all up in them. So I think Bravo paid her to have that clip in there. But yeah, Porsha going through her stuff. Candy, you know, she's having baby number 3 via surrogate. You know, we find out that it was originally twins, but one of the twins passed away. So there's still the other one that made it. It's a girl. And I think the finale is going to be like the baby shower. So I think the baby might be born either this month or next month. We didn't see Nene in this episode. Basically, we won't see her till like episode 3, according to like the synopsis setup they have going on. Cynthia. Oh yeah, Cynthia's gonna get engaged. We're gonna see that. And they set a date for October 20th next year, which falls in line with towards the finale for season 13. So we got that coming with season 12. Do y'all like season 12 so far? You know, I'm actually kind of liking it. You know, I know people are saying like Porsha's faking for a storyline. I'm just like, listen, what I see is someone going for postpartum depression and is going through a public cheating scandal. It's a lot. While she has a newborn baby, it's man, y'all. People go through it. People really go through it. You gotta check on your peoples. Moving on from that. Congratulations to The Real. They just got renewed for 2 more seasons. They're in season 6 right now, so there's gonna be a 7th and 8th season. It's going to be going until 2022. So congratulations to them. Kanye's album. Now I'm not listening to Jesus is King. I do not want to listen. From what people tell me, it's like the second Messiah versus he basically is like church clouding for fame and numbers. His album went #1 on the Billboard. A lot of gospel artists are kind of coming for him because he put it as like a hip hop album instead of like a gospel album. So even though he says it's a gospel album, so yeah, there's that. His Sunday service got some heat though because people paid $55 and got basically 2 flat pancakes, a thin strip of bacon, and a dry half biscuit. I said, now Waffle House, they can give you twice as that for just $5. I mean, this is just, everyone's comparing it to the Fire Festival. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. So, speaking on food, Popeyes. Now, this story came out earlier this week. So, y'all know the Popeye sandwich came back. And everyone has been going bananas as predicted. But there was an incident that happened. Someone reported saying that there was a man that was stabbed to death over a chicken sandwich. And immediately, I was like, are you freaking serious? Y'all don't know how to act. Really, it's a sandwich, people. My God. You question people's, like, overall common sense. But then it later came out from people in the area that it wasn't over the sandwich. They already had beef with each other. And yes, I said beef. Don't even try to make that joke. There's a bunch of jokes when I posted it on Wednesday. Basically, you know, they already had some, like... Basically, they were already, like, at war with each other. They already knew each other. They weren't strangers. And basically what happened was that old dude cut the line. And basically, dude went haywire and just stabbed him to death. So, yeah, honestly, at this point, Popeyes has said that they're not taking out the sandwich. They're still going to go through with it because I think they already planned on it, bringing it back. I think they're more prepared for it now. But I would not be surprised if multiple Popeyes have security around because y'all don't know how to act, right? Y'all know how to act. All right, so Jason Mitchell. He has come out and has broken his silence about his whole sexual misconduct thing. Basically, if y'all don't know, earlier in the summer, he had been fired from the Shy and his Netflix movie, basically because there was multiple cases of sexual misconduct happening that was filed. He's been silent on this whole thing. He was on the Breakfast Club. Basically, he explained halfly of what had happened with both situations. He said him and Tiffany Boone, they didn't get along, but they were cordial when it came to work. And then with the Desperado thing, he said that basically the girl was drunk. He took her home and basically he was fired the next day. Listen, I feel like he only told half of that story. People are saying he probably signed an NDA and can't explain the majority of it. Listen, you've had to have done something to where both your projects fire you, both your agencies fire you, and basically your name is blackballed through Hollywood, okay? And I know everyone wants to come to defense because it's another black man, but y'all gotta understand, not every person is perfect, and you have to get out of the narrative saying, I never see him doing that. Well, you got to get out of that narrative because people do that. So, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm keep checking the time because my office opens, so I got to turn this rent check. But, yeah, moving on from that. Irv Gotti. So, Irv Gotti, he's on Growing Up Hip Hop New York, and he was talking about a Murder, Inc. reunion tour. If y'all don't know Murder, Inc., it's a label from the early 2000s. It, served the label for Ja Rule and Ashanti, the two biggest people out of that whole label, we gonna be honest. And he's talking about it, and basically he lets out, basically saying that Ashanti was the mistress during his marriage from his now ex-wife. And he went on one day to backpedal because literally people were like really mad at him throwing Ashanti's name out there. Because if you were there back in the day, Irv was very possessive over her, especially when it came to her having boyfriends. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird, question mark. But yeah, he basically made her sound like the mistress, and he backpedaled when he was on Wendy and basically putting it on her. So yeah, not a lot to say about that. Just keep people's name out of your mouth, people. All right, so Beto O'Rourke has stepped out of the 2020 election race. I don't think people were looking towards Beto because of a lot of stuff he was aiming at. There's literally like 12 people in the Democratic race right now, so I'm just like, whatever gives the best one, honestly. Just, that's what we're looking at right now. Steph Curry has a hand injury, and he'll be out for several games. I can't remember how many, but he's going to be out for a while. Prayers up to him. Tyler Perry Studios is going to be hosting the Miss Universe pageant and the next Democratic debate. Okay, that place is getting booked out already. Like, honestly, if you want to have your event there, have it at Tyler Perry Studios. I already know it's going to be booked in the Oprah Winfrey building, which I really love to see. I can't wait until they start tours. Summer Walker says she's done with music because y'all come after her for saying that she don't take showers. Listen, y'all, whatever you do with your hygiene, you don't got to put it out there like that, okay? Because if it's out of the norm, don't put it out there. Keep that to yourself, okay? Yeah, we had a bunch of divorce news this week, okay? First off, Solange, her and her husband getting divorced. I'm like, hold up. I remember y'all's wedding. I thought y'all were cool. Turns out he's like a whole 20-something years older than her. And basically, they just fell out of love. And, that's understandable. But then they accusing Solange of cheating with one of the guys that's a producer for Roc Nation. I'm like, what? Y'all leave Solange alone. Leave old girl alone. But you know what? They filed, and basically she said that she went for a lot. So, prayers up to her. Also, prayers to Nisha Nash. Her and her husband are divorcing after 8 years of marriage. And I was like, damn, really? I saw y'all on the Black Love doc, season 1. I was like, dang. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a lash in my eye. Also, Anthony Mackie, Falcon from Marvel, he and his wife got divorced last year. And we just now finding out. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I thought maybe there was something probably going on because I saw an interview he did for The Hate U Give. And basically he said he was single. So I was like, oh, wait, you and your wife are separated? And come to find out they got divorced silently last year. It was amicable. Like, it was irreconcilable differences. There was no cheating involved. They had 3 kids. And I remember him doing an interview. Basically, they asked about his wife. They've been together since they were 5 years old. I said, oh, man, this is sad, y'all. It's sad. Like, honestly, when people get divorced, it's just sad, guys. Man. But on a lighter note, congrats to Jordan from Grownish. He got engaged to his girlfriend. I was just like, oh my God, you getting married, bro. Oh, everybody's growing up. But also congratulations to Iskra Lawrence. If you don't know Iskra, she is an Ari model. She's pregnant with her first child. Congratulations to her. And TV news, Revenge is getting a reboot, even though it ended 4 years ago. So there's that. Cloak and Dagger got canceled after 2 seasons. Am I surprised? No. Am I a little bit mad? Yes. one of the Game of Thrones spinoffs with Naomi Watts is officially like dead after like 2 pitch episodes. Speaking of pitch, the old Fox series Pitch that was on 2 years ago that got canceled last year, it almost came back, but Disney Plus, said it was too mature for the content. I was like, well, y'all could have just moved to Hulu like it did with the Orville, even though we ain't watching. Even though old girl from 13 Reasons Why, Chloe, she about to be on it, so, I'm happy for her. Grand Hotel just got canceled, so homegirl got another job, and 13 Reasons is about to end, so, yeah. Alright, Kevin Hart, he posted a video of, like, basically his 2-month recovery from his car accident, basically saying, like, he's thankful to be alive, and, there's a couple of people that are still citing the whole accident. Listen, all I'm gonna say is, like, I'm glad he's okay, because, honestly, he had, like, multiple, like, severe fractures on his back, and seeing him in the hospital, that was just, like, oh my god, like, I can't imagine going through all that pain. So, yeah, also, prayers to Angie Martinez. Mama was in a car accident this week, and she had to get surgery on her back, because she had, like, 2 or 3 vertebrae that were, broken, so, prayers up to her. Okay, so Obama was at a conference panel last week. And basically, he's saying that cancel culture isn't overall healthy, isn't productive. I can't remember everything what he said, but basically to summarize it, basically saying is like, basically you shutting on something isn't going to help the problem, it's only going to make it worse. And I agree with him, I brought it up, like, last year, really, because I was getting tired of canceling stuff, y'all. I mean, I remember when we canceled Starbucks and H&M and Waffle House, I was like, that's my basic living. Like, I was able to go with it, but at the same time, it's like, how long do you expect us to go along with it, And I know y'all ain't gonna cancel Obama. I know y'all ain't gonna cancel our forever president, okay? Robin, Whitney's best friend, is coming with a book, basically telling all the tea of what went down between her and Whitney back in the day. And she has every right to tell her story, because the family been made about 12 to 13 documentaries basically trashing her. And she basically tells basically what happened, and people are basically the non-melanin audience are finding hard to understand why she couldn't come out with it now. Here's the thing. Whitney was a black woman who grew up in the church. To come out in a very competitive music industry, it's very career suicide. And back in the 80s, it was way different for black women than in the 2019. In 2019, there's a difference. And Robin deserves to tell her story, because honestly, that family be throwing her name in left and right. So yeah. So last thing, T.I. Oh, God. So, I remember seeing this story on Twitter, watching, I saw it on Jasmine Brand, and I was like, what is this? Basically, he was on a podcast. One of the hosts is Miguel's wife, Naz and Nadia, and basically, they're talking about have you had to talk with your kids, and basically said, not only have I had to talk, we've done yearly trips to the gynecologist to check on our hymen. And he said it so proudly. I listened to the whole thing. I was like, this is so messed up, because first off, that's even though I know you're a father, that's possessed as hell. And he made her sign a paper so he can have access to her medical records, which is just like, why would the doctor allow that? I understand your child's a minor, but as a patient, you have a right to your records, aka HIPAA, to keep it private. Second of all, the hymen, it can break from other stuff besides sex. I mean, from sports, from wearing a tampon to, I'm sorry, y'all, it's my alarm, horseback riding, or just it thinning out naturally, like, honestly. And he said it so proudly, too. And literally, there's another clip that was surfacing around, basically, from their family show. Basically, his son, 14, said that he was having sex, and he was all the way supportive of it. And he has said, that there is a difference between worrying about your boys versus your daughters. And I'm just like, the hypocrisy, double standard. And it pisses me off because we've had this conversation so many times. Like, honestly, like, Deja, honestly, I feel bad for her because she must be so embarrassed, but she holds herself up so well. And, you know, she be warding off people. She be, like, honestly, the people that come for her online, you know, basically, she dresses in a very, you know, regular teenager way. And people who try to, like, make it past her, she's like, excuse me, no. What we not going to do is have a predator on here. I will block your ass. And I said, there you go. Raised you right. But now, you know, she a whole freshman in college. She got to deal with this. She made her IG account private, and I don't blame her. And she be liking comments saying that basically this is invasive and just creepy. And, you know, oh, man. Honestly, this ain't going to die down. This is just a lot. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. This daily tea was kind of like short. I didn't want to make it like too long, even though it's like 26 minutes. Anyway, I'll be back later today for some uploads. I'm going to be doing a couple uploads in the morning throughout the weekend because literally I'm just going to be like hopping everywhere. I have so much to do. Also, Vlogmas is coming up, so I'm going to be doing that as well. Black Friday, I don't know how I'm doing Black Friday this year because we're closed that Thursday, but then we're open that following Friday, so I don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, it's your girl, peace out, love, have a great weekend, guys, bye.